Hello everyone, today we are reviewing the Rings of Power Season 2, but before that, remember to like the video. Helps out the channel a lot, and subscribe, and yada yada yada, let's get to it. So I need to state this before we get started, but I am not an expert when it comes to Lord of the Rings lore and whatnot. I have read the Hobbit book, and I've seen the movies, and that's about it. So this is coming from a casual fan. But I enjoyed it. It wasn't the greatest show I've ever watched, it wasn't peak Game of Thrones, but it wasn't bad by any means either, at least in my opinion. To be honest, I probably enjoyed it more than the second season of House of the Dragon. But why is that? Because I think ignorance is bliss. I knew what was supposed to happen in House of the Dragon, I've read all the books, so when deviations happened, I knew about it. Now, deviations aren't a bad thing, but when they mess up future events, it can be extremely frustrating. Anyways, this isn't about House of the Dragon. But since I knew what was supposed to happen, and when it didn't, it annoyed me. Now, with Rings of Power, I know basically nothing about it. So I can enjoy it for what it is, which I noticed with a lot of things nowadays. Like, I get so frustrated with The Witcher, The Wheel of Time, and House of the Dragon because I've read the books. And I talk to people who aren't familiar with the books about these shows, and they really enjoy them. Now, do these people just have terrible taste in shows? Maybe. But still, they're able to enjoy them, so as I said, ignorance is bliss. Let's get into the issues I have with the show first, then get into what I liked about it. So my first and probably biggest issue is that it's very predictable. I'm never surprised by anything watching the show, it's all very safe. Like, I know the characters aren't going to die. I'm never worried or shocked when I see someone make it out of a predicament that they are in. Like, the biggest shock twist thing for Season 2 was finding out the stranger is Gandalf. Insert surprise Pikachu face. Everyone knew who it was from Season 1. A wizard hanging out with the Harfoots, who eventually evolved to hobbits. It was all fairly obvious. I really didn't like the Dwarven storyline either. Prince Durin just seemed to complain the entire time and have these grandiose speeches about father-son dynamics. I mean, it works a few times, but it felt like every other episode we were getting this kind of speech from him. The orcs deciding to betray Adar for Sauron is confusing to say the least. Adar really only had one situation where he put orcs' lives in danger, and that is when they sent the troll out to help break the walls of Aegon. Other than that, he seemed to care for them. So why did they decide to betray him for Sauron, who from all accounts is a dick?
I have many names.
Like, the motivation for this betrayal just doesn't make sense. Why would they think Sauron would treat them better? It was half the reason why Adar attempted to kill Sauron in the first place, because he was being a dick to them. Next issue is the meeting between the Dark Wizard and Gandalf. It is very rushed and a little confusing. Like, throughout the season, it felt like this meeting between these two was going to be crazy. They were building it up, and when they finally meet, they just kind of talked, and then the Dark Wizard leaves. Really nothing of significance happens. Now, the Dark Wizard says he knows Gandalf. Does he actually, or is that a mystery for next season? Which could explain why he chooses to spare his life. Because the Dark Wizard wants to defeat Sauron so he can take over for him. But he knows he needs Gandalf's help if he's going to defeat him. But Gandalf already rejected his offer, so he's not going to change his mind on joining him or not. It would have made more sense for him to kill him at this moment, because all Gandalf is going to be is a nuisance to the Dark Wizard from here on out. That's what I didn't like. Let's get into what I liked. I thought what Season 2 did well was focus on characters that worked from Season 1. So Elrond, Galadriel, Sauron, Elendil, and Gandalf. And the others took a bit of a back seat. Like, I did not like the Bronwyn storyline and her son Theo. So when she died off screen, I was pretty happy about it. The Harfoots also got less screen time, which was a good thing. I really enjoyed what we got from the Elvish storyline, probably the thing I enjoyed the most, to be honest. The battle scene we got from the season was also very good. The siege of Aegon didn't reach the heights of Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings, but it was serviceable. And it was just an enjoyable thing to watch. Visually, the show is great. It's clearly cost a lot of money to make. And I just enjoyed it. I don't know what else to say. I'm sure people would disagree with me on that, and that's fine. So what did you think of Rings of Power? Leave it down in the comments below, and if you want more content, please subscribe and like the video. Check out the Twitter link in the description below, and as always, have an awesome day.